My phone vibrated while I was sitting alone in my car during my lunch break, engine off, sandwich untouched on the passenger seat. I glanced at the screen expecting a reminder or a work notification. Instead, it was a message from my mother. 4 short sentences. Don't call or come over. We're done. You've caused enough problems. I read it once, then again. My thumbs hovered over the keyboard. I typed a lot, erased everything, then finally wrote, "Got it." I hit send, locked my phone, and stared straight ahead. That was the moment something in me finally went quiet. Not broken, just finished. Finished trying to fix a story where I'd always been written as the problem. My name is Olivia. I'm 26 years old, and I work as a physical therapist at a rehabilitation clinic. Every day, I help people relearn how to walk, how to trust their bodies again, how to keep going after pain. It's meaningful work, but it drains you in ways no one really talks about. You carry other people's frustration, grief, and hope on your shoulders. I didn't realize for a long time that I was doing the same thing at home, with my own family. I grew up as the youngest child with 2 older brothers who could do no wrong. Jason, the oldest, is 30 and works in real estate. Evan is 28 and in sales. They were confident, loud, and constantly praised. I was the quiet one, the observant one. If something went wrong in the house, I was told I was too sensitive. If I spoke up, I was told I was dramatic. If I handled things on my own, I was accused of being distant. There was no version of me that didn't somehow disrupt the peace. My mother has always been controlling in subtle, exhausting ways. She calls it concern. My father has always avoided conflict. He calls it staying neutral. Together, they created a dynamic where my brother's needs came first, my mother's emotions ruled everything, and I was expected to adjust. I moved out at 22, thinking space would help. I thought distance would make the relationship healthier. Instead, the boundaries I tried to set only made things worse. For years, I showed up. I answered late-night calls, I canceled plans, I rearranged my schedule, I apologized when I wasn't sure what I'd done wrong. Recently, though, something shifted. I started saying no. Not angrily, not dramatically, just calmly. I stopped answering guilt-soaked messages at midnight. I stopped explaining myself in circles. I learned that protecting my peace didn't make me selfish, it made me functional. That's when everything unraveled. A month before that text, my family planned a big dinner for my father's 60th birthday. My mom called and told me it was Saturday at 6 p.m. I told her I could come, but I'd need to leave by 6:45 because I'd committed months earlier to attending a coworker's wedding an hour away. Her voice changed instantly, cold, sharp. "So you're choosing strangers over your own father?" I explained calmly. I wasn't skipping the dinner, I just couldn't stay all night. She told me if I left early, I shouldn't come at all. I said I was still coming. She hung up on me. I went anyway. I brought a thoughtful gift, I spent time with my dad, I laughed with relatives. At 6:45, I quietly said my goodbyes and left. My mother didn't look at me. The next day, Jason called, furious. He accused me of embarrassing my mom, of making her look bad, of being selfish. He said family should always come first. I told him I wasn't canceling a long-standing commitment because of a last-minute ultimatum. He told me no one wanted me around if I was going to act like that. Then he hung up. A week later, my mother's text arrived. After that, I noticed I'd been removed from the family group chat. It wasn't like I talked much in it, but being erased stung. I texted my dad privately and asked if he knew. Hours later, he replied, "She's upset. Just apologize, it'll pass." I didn't respond. For the first time, I didn't rush to smooth things over. A few weeks later, Evan turned 29. I saw photos online of a big family party. Everyone was there. I hadn't even known about it. I texted him a simple birthday message and asked about the party. He replied, "Mom said not to invite you, didn't want drama." That message sat in my chest like a weight. Later, my mom posted a family photo with a caption about gratitude for those who show up. I understood the message loud and clear. Then the questions started coming. Aunts and cousins asking if I was okay, saying my mom told them I was going through something, that I was distant, that she was worried about me. I realized she was rewriting the story, painting herself as the concerned parent and me as the unstable daughter. I stopped defending myself individually. I started screenshotting everything. What they didn't know was that I'd been documenting years of manipulation, not to expose them, because my therapist suggested it as a way to ground myself when I started doubting my reality. I had proof of guilt trips, blame shifting, and emotional pressure. I also had records of the money I'd lent my family over the years. Money never repaid, never acknowledged. Helping was expected, saying no was punished. What they also didn't know was that my life outside them was growing. I'd been offered a promotion at work, I'd built a home I loved, I'd had friends who showed up without conditions. I'd started dating Lucas, a steady, kind man who never made me feel like I was too much. He saw everything clearly and never once told me to try harder. When my father eventually called saying my mother was hurt, I didn't argue. I told him the truth. I'd tried for years. It was never enough. He told me I needed to respect her. I told him respect had to go both ways. He didn't know what to say. That night, I wrote an email to my parents and brothers. Calm, clear, honest. I listed specific examples. I explained the toll it had taken. I told them I was stepping back. I wasn't asking for an apology. I was choosing myself. I sent it and didn't look back. The reactions were exactly what I expected. Anger, denial, blame. My mother accused me of twisting things. Jason told me to grow up. My father wished I'd handled it privately. I replied to him only. I had tried for years. After that, my mother sent a message to extended family saying I'd chosen to cut everyone off. Someone forwarded it to me. I didn't correct it. I didn't defend myself. I blocked who I needed to block. I focused on the life I was building. Months later, my dad reached out again, saying my mom missed me. I told him I was open to talking if accountability was real. He never replied. And for the first time, that didn't break me. I used to think walking away meant I failed. Now I know it meant I finally chose myself. If you've ever been erased by the people who were supposed to love you, you're not alone. Your story matters, and you don't have to shrink to deserve peace.